Gemini, what's going on? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your weekly reading. So welcome, guys. Super excited to have you come through. Thank you so much if you're returning. I always appreciate the love and support. All right, so let's look. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers, obviously welcome. The energy is fluid. So, sorry, depending on when you watch this, as long as the message resonates, I'm getting so tripped up, Gemini. What is up? And communication is usually Gemini forte. So what's kind of blocking your communication? Places where you feel like you can't speak clearly, speak your truth, be heard. Maybe it's getting shut down for you right now. I'm so sorry if that's the case. It's not fun to be in those dynamics at all. Ooh, what just flipped? Interesting, Virgo energy. So finding ways to ground. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, that communication that I was talking about right there. So I was just going to say, as long as the message resonates, it's meant for you. That was my final point. All right, let's get going. Let's get into this, Gemini. All right, so there we go. That this is actually the house that Virgo rules, so 6th house. So again, double confirmation on really taking time to invest in your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health and well-being. This message also came up for Taurus. Was it? I don't know. Shoot. I feel like this is probably going to be a general theme because I think it also came up for Aries. I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting a little... But anywho, this general theme of kind of like, really being mindful about where we're putting our time and our energy into right now. Creating strong boundaries. Yeah, that waning crescent. So surrendering, restoring, reflection, connecting with your intuition. It's a perfect energy to do this right now, guys, because I'm filming this during a new moon. Like I said, timing is irrelevant whenever you watch it, as long as it resonates, but I'll definitely be sending, that new moon vibe your way if you happen to be watching this a little bit later. So yeah, I feel like this is taking a step back. Yeah, there's been a lot of change, and I think it's going to continue to change. Solar eclipse brings in external transformation. We'll look into this a little bit. It hasn't happened yet. You're in the waiting stages is what I'm hearing. I feel like this is something that's been coming up for you a lot. I just cut to the Ace of Cups, Emperor energy. So there's, I feel like this has come up for you in past readings, Gemini, where there's a lot going on, and I feel like someone's kind of hiding from you. They're not really being fully honest is what I'm hearing. I think you see that, but I think you're not confident in what you're seeing. Your intuition, it's kind of like playing tricks on you, which also came through in that the new moon astrology video if you guys want to check it out. Okay, I release the negative spirits or whatever is whatever I'm picking up, channeling, intuiting. Yeah, I feel, right now we're in that new moon in Pisces, so it's really good to tap into that energy of your intuition, but sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. We're so trained to disconnect from that part of ourselves, to second guess. There's feminine energy showing up for you, the Empress. Ooh, these two wanted to come out. Communication with the Page of Swords and 7 of Pentacles. So you're kind of waiting to see how something unfolds. You might be communicating with this Empress energy. She could be, could be a Taurus or a Libra. Yeah, but communication, that's why there's this retrograde energy. It's not really happening right now. I feel like it's maybe something that you're thinking about, milling around, having this conversation, not really 100% certain how it's going to go. You need to be a little bit more grounded, I feel like, before you have this. It is connecting a lot with this. So 2 pages on the board already, guys. This is someone who's like, well, the emotional imbalance is coming from your energy. Excuse me. Oh, the Hermit. So 555 was on the clock when I picked that up. So there's this energy of maybe, like I said, needing to kind of take time and step back and reflect. Page of Cups is, I don't know, like when we kind of have baby energy, like it's either, feeling a little bit immature, maybe desiring a love connection, a relationship, but not really being able to like step up is what I'm hearing, especially with that 3 of Pentacles clarifying. That's where we're struggling to like work as a team is what I'm hearing. Maybe for you, you need to take this step back so you can be a little bit more aware of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, how you want to like re-enter back into this situation. Because it's definitely like a call for you to, like I said, just, find a little bit more balance in your own life. Okay, so there is the Queen of Cups. This could be your mother, that you're dealing with. Oh, mother, father. There we go. Yeah. Definitely, like I said, it could be a mother-father vibe. This is family related is how it feels. Or this could even be people that are like close to you that feel like family. You have to make a decision, it looks like, between one or the other. And I think this is stressing you out a little bit. For you, it's like you just hope that it works out. But I'm not sure that you are confident in that. Let's look at this. Yeah. And you're seeing that, I don't know, I'm hearing there's like no way to compromise right now. There's that confirmation with family. So it's like you almost have to, I feel like one of these people is not being upfront and honest with you and the other person is. And that's why it's making you feel a little bit cloudy about what you're seeing, what you're feeling, etc. I think you have loyalties to both these people. I think you're still kind of trying to feel it out and see how it goes. But I feel like you'd rather not have to deal with this. Like you'd rather just kind of stick your head in the sand. Regardless, it's all coming to head though with this solar eclipse. So you might see this within the next week or so. There's the Justice energy. So Justice does involve like, it's Libra energy, double confirmation on that Empress. But Justice is also like going through the court systems, any legality, people of authority, lawyers, judges, etc. The Popo, Popo 504. So you kind of have to, maybe you're waiting on a judgment or something to come up. Someone, and maybe this is one of these two people, someone has really kind of jumped the gun. They took action on something and not really thinking it through appropriately. I feel like it led to a lot of the chaos that you're seeing, that you're dealing with right now. Yeah. And they're refusing, like whoever this was, I'll confirm this a little bit more, but whoever this Knight of Wands energy was, they don't really like I don't know, maybe, yeah. Well, okay. Whatever this is, it's forcing them to see it differently. I feel like I said, they didn't really pay attention with what they chose. And now it might be hitting them a little bit more. And maybe in a really kind of big and intense way. We do have a lot of major arcana on the board, especially with that King and Queen of Wands. So whether this was tension, a battle, fighting over, you know, over a child, a custody battle, you know, property, contracts, business, any of those things, right? But it's definitely, there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of heat in the room is what I keep hearing. And it's really putting a lot of things into perspective, especially around this relationship with these people that you are connected to. I feel like there is a lot of pain for you. You know, that's part of why you don't really want to have to go there. You don't really want to have to deal with it. All right, so why this Knight of Wands? Okay. So this is someone who maybe was trying, okay, no. This is someone who just is out for their own agenda. So whoever it was that took steps a little bit too far, like I said, didn't really think things through, made a decision that maybe hurt you, but they were just thinking about themselves, you know? They wanted their own freedom. They wanted their own independence. They didn't really care how it affected you. Yeah. And it's because of their own stuff. Like when Temperance comes up, it's someone who, like, I don't know, might not like what's happening, but then they're reacting out of that. And really kind of like, as I said, like in this outlandish way, you know, not really thinking it through, getting super offended and like, well, I'm going to do this, you know, kind of like, I don't know, like the Knight of Wands is really arrogant and selfish and a little bit of a D-bag, you know? It's always that very young boy energy, but here comes the Emperor. They have an opportunity to grow up a little bit. That's more fire energy, ruled by Aries, and the world. The world is the ending of a cycle, bringing closure to something. Okay, and there's our, dude, we have all 4 cups on all 4 court card of cups on the board. I feel like this person, the intention is there, but the follow through is really subpar. And maybe this is what you know. Maybe this is what you feel about this individual. It's definitely attached to someone you love, someone you care about, but just who isn't very mature, yeah. Not mature enough to like see the big picture. And it's completely like revamping everything is what I'm hearing. You know, I feel like they made a decision. They didn't think it through. It affected a whole bunch of people. And you're just waiting to see how things play out. But what this dynamic, this kind of push and pull, this tension with these Queen of Cups, King of Cups, it's creating a very messy dynamic, you know? It's making it really painful for everyone involved, is what I'm hearing. You know, someone could be getting divorced in your environment, breakup, separation, people that you're close to. It's the end of a love affair is what I'm hearing. New beginnings. We have new beginnings on the board. Look at this, guys. The World ending and the Fool, new beginnings. So the last card and the first card. So be really mindful of how you're showing up in this situation, especially like who's offering you what. Something is very reward based is what I'm hearing. Not a lot of authenticity. Remember how we kind of talked about that person that feels a little bit shady? Really listen to what they are saying to you. I know it's hard to look at situations like this, especially when there's like a lot of pain there, especially when we don't want to like label one person as bad, you know, good, bad, right, wrong, whatever. Because obviously we're humans. We all have our motivations and triggerings and justifications. But I feel like for you, Gemini, it's really kind of like opening up and listening. Seeing what is beautiful, what is valuable, and what is not. You know, this, yeah, at the bottom of the deck is security. Making sure that you're not making your choices based out of this false sense of security. One person is reward-based. The other person is really giving you this love, you know, just kind of that beautiful heart-honoring nature of life. It's grounded. You might not see that 100%, especially if you are in a position where you really look up to these people. Sometimes some people are very good with their words. They can make a situation or a person look like something, especially when they're like giving us something for it, you know? And it doesn't just have to be material goods, but like some type of reward that can be like very like, oh, you know? It's hard not to look at things deeper when someone's kind of feeding that instant gratification. But Gemini, tune in, listen not only to what you think and feel about this, but also what you're hearing both parties say. It's going to give you a lot of clarity. That clarity is coming through 100%, you know, and it is going to bring this change. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I super appreciate your time and energy. I'm sending lots of love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. Definitely big thumbs up. If you resonated, drop comments below. I would love to build and grow the community always. Sending lots of love, lots of light. Have a great day.